And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make gallons of this L-Reuteri yogurt at one time. My name is Kenny Hannes. I've been in clinical remission from a severe case of ulcerative colitis since the end of 2016, with only very rare deviations from my normal day-to-day baseline state of health. So a big part of the nutritional regimen that I follow has L-Reuteri yogurt in the mix. L-Reuteri yogurt is something that I learned about from Dr. William Davis. He popularized it, came up with it, and has done a ton of research on it. So some of the really important gut health benefits that L-Reuteri has is that it is able to colonize the entire digestive tract, which is unique among lots of different probiotic bacteria. Not only is it able to do that, it improves the gut microbiome in such a way that it allows other beneficial bacteria to proliferate, such as Akkermansia, which is important for your mucus layer. Other than that, it also increases tight junction expression, helping to seal that gut, the leaky gut, and also decrease inflammation. So anyways, it has been a huge help for me. I'm very, very thankful for Dr. William Davis. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make gallons of this L-Reuteri yogurt at one time. So I can make 2 gallons with my setup here, so that way you're not having to make little batches of L-Reuteri yogurt multiple times throughout the week. So the initial way that I used to make the L-Reuteri yogurt has changed. First of all, I'm no longer using BioGaia. That was the company that I used to get my Lactobacillus reuteri tablets from. So there's a few reasons that we've changed. Number one, importantly, is Dr. William Davis has come out with his own supplement line of Lactobacillus reuteri. So his brand is the Oxyceutics Lactobacillus reuteri. And the reason that I like it, obviously, is I want to support Dr. William Davis, which, you know, I wouldn't have ever learned about this without him. Number two, the BioGaia tablets that I used to get, they come with a little bit of a citrus flavor. And so if you want regular tasting plain yogurt, this is the way to go, because the BioGaia has a unique flavor to it that you don't get with this, which is nice. Additionally, they reached out to me, and I am now an affiliate. So if you want to support me and Dr. William Davis, then you can use my affiliate link, which I highly recommend. So anyways, this is what I've switched to. Additionally, the way my protocol has changed is I have these awesome glass containers that are each about 64 ounces. They're about a half a gallon. And so I have 4 of them, so I can make 2 gallons worth of yogurt. This is my yogurt maker. This is the brand is Broad & Taylor. It's pretty cool, so I can fit 4 of these containers in there, and you make a big batch at the start of the week, and then you're pretty much good. Okay, so it's pretty simple to do. What we're gonna do here is take some half and half milk. What we do here is after you've washed all of your containers, you add a little bit of milk just to kind of cover the surface. You don't want too much. So now you're going to take inulin. So this is essentially a prebiotic for the Lactobacillus reuteri. This is going to help fuel its growth and proliferation during the fermentation process. So it can kind of clump up, so that's why you only add a little bit of half and half to each container. I kind of spread it like this. I do about 2 tablespoons per. I actually had a bit of trouble getting the yogurt to work the first time around. It's tricky to get it started because you need a decently high starter culture inoculum to get it going. What I've been doing for my first batch, I would add like 5 of the 20 billion CFU capsules. And once you get it started and it tastes good, and the consistency is correct and the texture is good, then after that, you can probably go down to the 10 billion CFU capsule and just use 1 or 2 tablespoons of your previous batch of yogurt as additional starter culture. Now, the reason that we are making this into yogurt instead of just taking it in the capsule form is that you want a really high potency therapeutic dose of L-Reuteri. And so in these capsules, you're getting 20 billion CFUs or 10 billion CFUs. But what this does is every 3 hours that it's fermenting, it doubles. And so if you ferment it for 36 hours, which is around the time that we do ferment it, you're getting 12 doublings. So it's exponentially increased. And so you're getting a very high potency therapeutic dose of L-reuteri with each tablespoon of yogurt, much higher than what you would get in just the capsule. Okay, so this is a prior batch of yogurt, and I'm going to use this as part of the starter culture, so you can see what it looks like. So I get a big old thick tablespoon, put a dollop of that in there, one in there, and again, I'm a little bit, I guess, overly cautious in that I want to add more than a tablespoon because I really want to make sure that this has a high dose of L-reuteri to start so that it can really take hold during the fermentation and make sure that the yogurt turns out appropriately. Because if it doesn't, it comes out, it's thin, it just kind of tastes like spoiled milk and it doesn't taste like yogurt. And so this might be overkill and you don't have to do this, but this is what I like to do. And since I got it right, I never really have to worry about it not coming out and tasting good. So I do this, and then additionally, you don't have to do this, but I do, I add a 10 billion CFU capsule as well. I really like to make sure that it's going to get a good starter culture. Okay, now that that is adequately stirred, I'm now gonna fill these up. And so something that I've learned is that you wanna give it as little headroom as possible. The less amount of headspace and oxygen that is in here, the better. So I kind of stop it right there, then move on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the 10 billion, is what I said. Okay, so I just take this capsule, I pull it apart, and I sprinkle it right here. All right, so again, adding another 10 billion, try to disperse it. Okay, I'm gonna do one last quick kind of stir. Just wanna make sure it's mixed in well. Each one has gotten at least 2 tablespoons of the prior batch of successful L-reuteri yogurt, and it's also gotten a 10 billion CFU capsule. So we should have plenty of adequate numbers of Lactobacillus reuteri for the starter culture. And it's each one has 2 tablespoons of inulin. So I come here, click these bad boys on. These containers have an air vent, so I make sure that's clicked in. So this is pretty cool. So the way this is gonna work, to be extra careful, this is the tricky part. Because I don't like, you don't wanna shake it as much and have it splash up on the inside of the lid if you can help it, but sometimes you can't help it. So you just try to be as careful as you can. So come up in here, going to set this down. All right, got some minimal splashage, some minimal splashage. Some minimal splashage. That's a really hard word to say. You say it.
Splashage. Did I just say it wrong too?
Nice.
Splashage.
Anyways,
Splashage.
Anyways, you're gonna put them on here. You're gonna stack them. So anyways, another thing about this yogurt maker, other than the fact that it is able to hold 2 gallons worth of yogurt, which is awesome, is that you can program the temperature. And L-reuteri is very finicky. It really wants to grow around the temperature of the human body, so around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If it gets too high in temperature, If it gets up to 108 degrees, then it starts to die. So you don't want it to go too low, otherwise it won't ferment appropriately. If it goes too high, then it's gonna die. So we like to set it right here to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And voila, put it in here, we set it, and we are going to forget it for 36 hours. You don't want to ferment it for longer than 36 hours because then, again, they just start to die. So, all right, show you what that looks like in 36 hours, and we'll go from there. Okay, it has been 36 hours, and now we're going to get all of our yogurts. Okay, so what would be great is if I just dumped everything. Okay, this is only 3. Get my last one. All right, so now we have our 2 gallons of El Reuteri yogurt, which is awesome. They have now been refrigerated. Now, show you what this looks like. So you see how thick that is? So this is a very thick textured yogurt. It is awesome. So anyways, that's good. All right, so you can eat this plain, or the way that I like to eat it is I will add it to a bowl. So I add about this much yogurt to a bowl. Now you can eat this plain, it's totally fine. Or you can add some blueberries to it. And I like to add a little raw unfiltered honey. So I'll just add about 2 tablespoons roughly. Ooh. I will give it a nice stir. And this has essentially replaced all of my desserts during the week. And I have this just about every night. And it is fantastic. So that's how I do it. Now we got yogurt for at least this week. It might last us 2 weeks. We eat a lot of yogurt around here. All right, boom.